So I've had this one on the back burner for a while. This is my Christmas trip up to Boston. Okay, so this next video is the 3 days I spent in Boston visiting my daughter, her husband, and of course my grandson Luke. So we'll go from there. So some parts of it I didn't take any video, or no video I'm willing to share. So a lot of it's going to be like this, where I'm just talking about it. But there were a few things that we did that I'll share. And some of it's kind of funny too. So there you go. With that in mind, let's go. So before I jump in, I will say this. While I was there, my son-in-law, Peter, he actually drove the car the whole time. So the 3 days I was there, he was driving my car. So he was commenting on, like, oh wow, it's going to take me some readjustment to go back to my car. And basically it's because of the one pedal driving, that kind of stuff. So he adjusted to the Tesla pretty quickly. I'm impressed how quickly he adjusted. I guess I shouldn't be. He's a pretty smart guy, but he did well, and so I'm really happy. Now, of course, he's probably looking at it like, well, it is an expensive car, and he's right, it's expensive. Well, the prices have come down a lot. March, April of 2023, or even December of 2022, the prices have come down a lot. But anyway, whatever, it is what it is. I get it. They're trying to make sure they don't spend too much, and I'm sure they have some concern about using an electric car in that colder weather, and also with Boston being a hotbed of EVs to some extent, that's kind of challenging too. And we experienced some of that firsthand. So anyway, let's jump into it and let's see how it goes. Since we're going to be driving around some, the first stop was to charge up some. So we found the closest supercharger, I think it was closest to their house, was out at Braintree Mall. So we went over there. We found out it was pretty busy. I think it was 8 stalls. I didn't count them, sorry. Anyway, it was only a short wait. We pulled in a charger, plugged in, and went to the mall. I ended up taking 43 kilowatt hours for a cost of $15.48. I don't know, it was pretty non-dramatic, so to speak. Other than there was a short wait. But once we plugged in, we went inside, went to the Lego store, which I've never been to before. I mean, we have one right down here in Austin. I'd never been there either. Anyway, whatever. And we had some ice cream, I think it was. So anyway, pretty easy, no problems. And then after that, we then went on to the Ironside Museum, or USS Ironsides. Okay, this was a pretty nice place to visit. Okay, here we are in Charleston. And there's the USS Constitution. It's one of the oldest ships floating. But I know those original Ironsides, so there you go. It even has a tree on it. That's pretty cool. But right now it's closed. USS Cassinian.
Do you look like that?
I want to be a sailor.
Okay.
All right.
Should I go no?
Let's go over here.
Are you free of it? Means you don't have it.
Yes. I'm free of it.
All right.
I need to sit. No.
Are you able to wake up at 4 in the morning and work for 4 hours before you eat breakfast?
No.
No? Oh, because you wake up at 3?
We We could put 7.
Okay, so
Alright.
what does it say?
So, tell your score. How many yeses do you have?
2.
Okay, right there. 2.
No.
Alright, so if you guys scored 2, that's between 1 and 4. So what's your result?
You're a very green sailor, but we prepared it to come aboard.
Our next sailor. Congratulations. Recruiting my grandson for the Navy. There we go, lunch. Okay, so after having lunch, after going to Ironsides, we're going down to Plymouth Rock. Since that's a little bit further away, we stopped at Hanover Mall, which had the supercharger. That was 18 kilowatts for $5.40. The cool thing was Hanover Mall was basically under reconstruction, I guess. I mean, it was an existing mall, but they're redoing it somehow. But the supercharger open, so we're good. They actually had, I think, like a food store there or something. So they also had some amenities. But anyway, that's not too big a deal. It's just, I guess if you're driving all around Boston, you're using up energy, right? You're covering miles. Since Peter was driving, I didn't really keep track of what the mileage was. I just know that there was some discussion. I said, well, we could stop, no problem. And so we did. Anyway, just having a good time. So this is Luke opening the door. Press the back, pull the front, and there you go.
You got it.
Okay, you can close it. There you go. There you go. A 7-year-old opening the door. Okay, here we are, Plymouth Rock. Wow. There you go. The monument to the forefathers is Plymouth. There you go. The Mayflower 2 down here in Plymouth. Hey guys, welcome to Hanover, Massachusetts. I'm here plugged into a version 3. We have 12 posts in this supercharger series. It's pretty nice. So we're right behind a grocery market. So as soon as if we need to go and get food or go to the bathroom or a market basket, we can go do that. It's not terribly far off the highway. There is a little bit of moving around, but it's almost right off of US 2, I think it is. US 3. Whatever. It's on the way back from Plymouth. And so, oh, you know what? Today is a very cold day with a breeze, at least from a Massachusetts perspective. So this building's helping block that cold breeze. So it's all working out. So I would say that this group of superchargers would be a 6 out of 10. And now you know. Here we are, Bunker Hill. There we go, Colonel. And what's behind them? That's the Bunker Hill Monument. Wow, pretty cool. So for Christmas Day, it was mostly at home. So we unwrapped presents. So there was a cornhole game that was kind of cool, and a bunch of Legos. Of course, my Lego was a little bit more freeform than I'm used to. I'm used to like barely being able to figure out what the instructions are telling me. Mostly because I just can't see it real clear because it's always small letters. But anyway, you know, so we had a good time. For the afternoon, we went to church. Their church had a Christmas service, and Luke was singing in the children's choir, which was kind of cool. So anyway, that's what we did for That's mostly all we did for Christmas Day, which actually was plenty. I mean, that's the key reason why I was up there, was to visit for Christmas. So there you go. So for the day after Christmas, we're discussing going somewhere. So we're going to go out to Concord, which we did. So on the way out to Concord, Peter says, "Hey, there's a yellow indicator on the dashboard." I say, "Oh, that's a TPS indicator." So when we got to Concord, I mean, it was the driver's side rear tire. So right away you had to think you must have picked up a nail. Well, so I just started scanning this, feeling the tire with my finger, and almost immediately, because the nail was on top for some reason. But so yeah, I found out immediately. So we after spending some time with over there at Concord, we I made a point. I think, did I make an appointment? I think I made an appointment with Tesla. I tried calling their telephone support, but that just kind of hung me up. But I was able to make a service appointment to go in, and they were able to patch a tire. So that's all good. You know, these things happen. It's the good news is it was just nails. It wasn't a fast leak or anything like that. No problem. So there you go. So after lunch, after the tire was repaired, we went out to a mall to put some more energy back into the car before I was going to leave in the morning. So we went over there. Yeah, they're not used to. So I'm used to thinking like you want to avoid having idle fees. Whether or not they were going to charge them, I don't know, but I also, to me, it's somewhat rude to leave your car sitting on the charger hooked up and not charging. You know, that's not cool, because other people would like to get charged, and if you're taking up a spot, they can't go there. Now it gives the impression that it's busier than it actually is. So anyway, so I ran out, unhooked it, and then came back and saw and found them. Hey guys, welcome to Burlington, Vermont. Burlington, Massachusetts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 version 3 superchargers. It's in the corner of the mall parking lot, so it's handy to get to. And it's so. All right, guys, I haven't done checking with y'all. I've been visiting with my family up here in Belton, Massachusetts. So anyway, just most of the past few days have been around town and in town driving. So right now I show that this whole trip is at 2,293 miles. We've used a total of 690 kilowatt hours, and the average energy usage is 301 watt hours per mile, which is not bad. And my son-in-law has been doing most of the driving, and he's adapted to it pretty well. It's pretty amazing watching him drive. And my daughter got to drive a little bit, but I mean, I think you kind of have to drive it more than just a short little trip to get used to it. Anyway, things going good, going well. I did have to, we got a nail in the driver's side rear tire. So I had to go into Tesla service, get that taken care of. Fortunately, we're only 10 miles away, so we rolled into service, and they got that done. It did cost about $125 or $125. But as the service person told me, well, you don't understand that a new tire would be around $300. So I guess I got a bargain and all that. But anyway, so far it's been an amazing day, amazing trip. And we'll check back you. So I'll probably start heading back tomorrow. Anyway, life is good. Talk to y'all later. There he is, driving the car. I can't believe I haven't seen this picture before. You having a hard time staying straight? How do I get that off? There he is, Mr. Luke, future driver of cars.
Wow, you really
There you go. He did such a bad job driving.
Could we please?
Now he has to ride a zebra. So this one was kind of interesting, and those of you who follow my videos, you've seen some of the results of the discussion. Anyway, my daughter and I were discussing how to go about video editing, and so it kind of makes sense because she's a professor, so she creates videos as YouTube videos as part of her training. So anyway, so she was describing it to what she does. Now, she said a lot of stuff, and so a lot of it went over my head and didn't stick, but some parts have. So like one video with Big Turkey, she had the karaoke playing in the background. So on those videos, on that video, I suppressed the music. Now I should have been okay. Should have been a copyright question, but rather than have any question, I just chose to suppress all that. But anyway, all in all, it was a good 3 days. Had plenty of fun. We're gonna have to talk some more because I have a feeling. One of the things Jill said was, "Well, you should have told us you were going on a ferry." Well, it was. I'm on my way up to your house, so I mean, anyways, so she indicated that she would like for them to go on the ferry, visit New York, and then also maybe visit Gettysburg a little bit. But I can tell you, with a 7-year-old, it may not, doing so much stuff on a day trip, or actually 2-day trip, is going to be kind of pushing it. But anyway, that's something to look forward to. Anyway, onward, upward charge. Okay, so this part feels strange to me. I don't know. So over the 3 days, what I have written down is we drove 125 miles. Now, we definitely didn't travel very far, I guess, but I would have thought it'd be more miles than that. But that's what we have written down. That's what I have written down on 2 different pieces of paper that are actually in sync. So there you go, 125 miles. During that time, we added 108 kilowatt hours. So definitely coming into Jill's house, I would have been running a bit low. I think it was Auburn. Auburn's probably a little bit further out than I would have wanted. And definitely going back out towards New York again. I would have wanted to be as full as possible to make the full distance as much as possible. So there you go, 108 kilowatt hours added while I was in Boston. I don't have any indications for efficiency. It sounds like it probably wasn't very efficient. I wasn't really observing all that close. Once Peter seemed to be comfortable driving, I didn't pay that close attention. So I don't think he accelerated hard. I mean, he actually has, I think it's a Honda Civic. So he's probably used to being somewhat conservative. But I did, like I said, I didn't pay that close attention. Definitely he didn't do any hard accelerations. I don't think so. Because that you feel when you accelerate hard, you feel it. But whatever, it is what it is. It's just unusual, but whatever. What matters is the whole trip summary, really. But so for the 3 days, 125 miles, and added 108 kilowatt hours. And so that's not really how much was used while I was in Boston, but that's what I put in there. Anyway, onward, upward.